Hey guys, welcome back to Coin Knowledge. So today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of recent AI launches out of the Seedify launchpad, because we know that Seedify has been putting out absolute bangers as far as newer AI altcoins since they have been launching them at about a 1 million FDV or 1 million market cap. That leaves a lot of room for potential growth for a project launching that way. So as always, if you guys get value out of the content here, if you guys could subscribe to the channel and like the videos, your support means a lot. So if we take a look at Seedify here, what we're looking at, Seedify needs no explanation or introduction. Obviously we know that they're a top launchpad in the space. Forever they were a top gaming launchpad. They still are, but we've seen them really tap into other narratives like RWA or even AI recently, with them launching stuff like Agents AI, which we've covered, that has done got on to do quite well. Micro GPT, which is doing well. VentureMind, Auto, 1HUB.AI is another one, and PeacePal AI recently, which I have to look more into, but is also at a super low market cap. But these things, if we actually look at the ROI for the early investors, VentureMind is up 18x. I think that's not even an all-time high. That's currently 18x. Agents AI is up over an 8x, and this is one that we got into quite early at a 1.8 market cap. If you were in the private community or in the Patreon, you would have caught that alert there. But if we take a look at how these things are performing, what we could actually look at potentially for a new project out of Seedify to potentially follow these trends that we're seeing out of the launchpad, we can take a look at VentureMind, which we have made in-depth videos on these first two projects, and then we'll get on to the third one later on in the video. But if we take a look at VentureMind here, this thing launched again, like we've seen with the the trend with Seedify at a 1 million market cap, and then it traded beneath a million for quite some time. And this is one that we're kind of just watching, because after the success of Agents AI, we saw Agents AI do something similar too, where it comes out, kind of dips, ranges, because early investors, I believe, are getting their full unlock at TGE. So if they want to sell, they can, and at a 1 million market cap, it does not take much to be in the profits there. But then we saw Agents AI, since it came out first, we saw it rip up to almost like a $10 million market cap, and then it dipped and then went back up, and then it did a little bit more consolidating, and now we were seeing it rip to the upside once again, especially over the last couple days here. It's up over almost a 2x here on the 7-day. So, and all these projects are on Solana. We're seeing a lot of their AI altcoins launching on Solana. But if we take a look at VentureMind, same thing. It came out, consolidated, and if we even break this down to the last 7 days, it's almost up 4x on the 7 days. So if we take a look at what Seedify is putting out here, what they have going on now, I gave you guys my opinion. Agents AI is focusing on AI agents, and whereas they didn't have a working platform, VentureMind did have an application which you actually could use as well. So these are two individual projects, and obviously the big catalyst for these, or the big accreditation I really accredit it to, is launching out of Seedify. Now, obviously, Seedify, like any launch pad, they're not going to hit it every single time, but they do have a good track record, especially recently with these projects performing. So if we go ahead and take a look at another project that actually came out of Seedify Fund, this is one that I brought up in the private Discord in the Patreon a couple of days ago, letting you guys know my theory that we're covering here about the fact of looking at Agents AI, looking at VentureMind, and how they've gone on to perform after a little bit of consolidation. We could look at something like a 1HUB that has a similar chart that came out, then dipped, and this kind of ranged. And now if we break it down over the 7-day, this thing is up huge over the 7, almost a 2x here over the 7-day. If you look at the market caps, we can see it's coming. It is up 2x, quite easily, because it came from a sub $1 million market cap. And these projects are all, the dilution here is they're either pretty much fully diluted like an Agents AI, or pretty much near full dilution, or at least half. So pretty good dilution there as well. Now this, like the other ones, is on Solana. Now what 1HUB does is that it is one platform. They say it's one subscription, multiple AIs. So instead of trying to chase down all these different AI tools, you can actually use 1HUB here with their application and just use all these tools under one subscription. So that is a point of 1HUB. But again, focusing in a hot narrative in the AI space and being that low market cap coming out of Seedify Fund, I think there's potential here Obviously, they go into a little bit more about the utility, their breakdown. Now, another thing that is always worth mentioning is that they do have a docs team. So when we look at their team, I believe Lucas here is the one that we'll be taking a look at here on their Twitter here in a little bit, because they put out constant updates on their Twitter. So that's what they're about. Again, it's just it's in the name, literally one hub for all these AI tools you can use. And if we take a look at their Twitter, they have about 15,000 followers, which nothing crazy, but this is a super tiny project here as well. So if we look down, we see that they're that guy, the CEO, I believe Lucas, right here, you see him here, is constantly putting out updates about the project, going over it. That's something you want to take a look at and make a note of. Just dropped the Elon Musk persona on 1HUB.AI, so they are putting out more stuff within their ecosystem. Now the biggest thing is obviously being in the right narrative, being that low market cap, coming out of Seedify Fund. If we can look at the other two projects, hopefully you guys are understanding the theory here, hopefully if I'm conveying it correctly. Now they do also have partnerships with other projects in the space like VentureMind, that is a no shock because it came out of Seedify along with them. But they only TGE'd about December 18th, so mid-December here 2024, so they're also quite young. But when we take a look at, again, Agents AI, when it came out from on the 20th of November to about 10 days later, we start seeing it initially run up. And then when we take a look at VentureMind, that had the same thing. It came out around that time, the 15th, and then only until quite recently, the second here, it started to run up. So about 10 to 15 days, we're seeing them, maybe get that initial sell pressure out and seeing, potentially for those charts to turn around. But if we look at December 18th, and now we go and do the math, about 10 to 15 days, we're seeing it here, kind of play out. Now, nothing could happen here. 1HUB could maybe not follow the trend as Agents AI and VentureMind, but I do think when you look at those projects, and I don't think I'll be the only one with this theory. Obviously, if anyone is in the Seedify space like we are, you're going to be taking a look, looking at Agents AI, Seedify Fund, and everyone always looks when they see charts like this, be like, what is potentially next? That's why I think there is potential for 1HUB, and overall 1HUB for what they're targeting, it is quite undervalued. Literally at a $1.5 million market cap, being a AI project with a docs team, putting out constant updates, getting launched from a credible launch pad. That alone, I think, is still, a decent concept, and they're in a hot narrative. We're seeing AI kind of pick up again here, and I do think it's going to continue to be one of the hottest, if not the hottest narratives this cycle. But keep an eye out on 1HUB. They're not listed on CoinMarketCap, which I found interesting. They might just be waiting for that to go through, but they're not listed on CoinMarketCap. So if you want to look at it, I believe you can either look at Crypto Rank or you can look at 1HUB on CoinGecko. That's where we're looking at it right now. But either way, is this thing at all-time highs? Well, essentially, yes, I believe so. So, definitely, take note here. But at the same time, it's a $1.4 million market cap. This thing could easily 2 to 3x, like we've seen with these other projects like VentureMind, and still be, sub 10 million. So obviously be careful there if it's something you're going to get invested into. But as always, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm just giving you guys my theory here. And this could, be applied to 1HUB, but these other projects that are launched from there as well. Again, stuff like PeacePal AI, which I have to look a little bit more into, but that's at a 700K market cap. This came out of Seedify Fund, and I believe it's like AI. It's like an AI virtual pet for like mental awareness or something like that. I have to look into it a lot more, but that's on Base. That kind of breaks the trend from Solana moving over to Base, so that is interesting. That's one that we'll cover in the future, but one that I have on my watch list as well, because, like I said, literally following the theory throughout this video. And we're seeing that if you followed it with, even something like PeacePal being on Base, it is also doing, decent here recently. I don't know if we go to market cap here, we can see that it's literally gone from sub $500,000 up to potentially closing in on $1 million market cap. So I think there is definitely something worth looking at for these recent AI projects launching out of Seedify Fund. I think the low market cap is definitely appealing to a lot of people. That $1 million AI Jam market cap, I think they have for their new standard for the AI launches. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. Do you see the common theory here? Do you think that we're going to continue seeing AI projects out of Seedify Fund perform quite well? Or do you think that eventually it's going to get oversaturated? Or if there's other projects in the space or other opinions you have on this thesis, please let me know that in the comments as well. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. If you guys want an optional way of supporting the channel, there is a Patreon linked below where we actually did just get into a new, kind of small microcap AI project, literally a couple days ago. Or you could have caught, again, when we got into Agents AI at a $1.8 million market cap and rode this thing all the way up. So those are the kind of things that we're doing in the Patreon below. But again, mainly it is an optional way of supporting the channel, or you can get into the Discord as well. And if you guys got value out of the content here today, or if you guys understand this theory at all, or if it helped you out in any way, if you guys could like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, see you guys.